I'm going to say oh wow before the oh wow moment because we have the beautiful and talented Kathleen Bradley in the WFMJ studios this morning. Good morning, Kathleen.
Good morning, Madonna, Donna.
Oh, with your gorgeous self. You know, I always thought I was the diva around here, but today it's definitely you, girl.
Thank you very much.
It's definitely you.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Well, another victim of the culture war goes down. This time it's the community relations director for a TV station in Youngstown, Ohio. The hate crime that she was fired for was posting this meme. According to the TV station, she was fired despite the fact that she posted this on her personal account. And they justified this because they said that she identifies herself as the station's community relations director on the page, as well as the fact that her profile picture included the WFMJ logo. I'm sure that they had 10 lawyers look this over to make sure it was considered legally justified, but anyone with a functioning brain knows if this was a gay pride post versus a straight pride post, that there not only would be no issue with the company, they probably would have celebrated it. So now we move from someone being fired for disrespecting the religion of the left, to more people being arrested for vandalizing the crosswalks that have the new flag of the left. The first one is a crosswalk in Spokane, Washington that has led to multiple people being arrested in the last few months, with the latest arrest being teenagers on hate crime scooters.
She says yesterday evening she was sitting on the patio of O'Doherty's when she noticed a few teenagers on Lime scooters purposely creating skid marks on the mural here. Now, the city just repainted the mural hours before that happened, and the Pride Parade is in just a couple of days.
We see that you have done this thing and we know your intentions, because people just don't go and do that without intention. You know, you don't destroy symbols without intention behind it.
After talking to witnesses and looking at surveillance video, Spokane police arrested 3 people. 2 are minors and 1 is 19-year-old Ruslan Turco. Beyond the fact that the city had just repainted the mural, the teenagers also were just hours away from potentially facing a felony. Washington state law changed today to include defacing public property, not just private property, in hate crime charges. Another interesting point here, the group used Lime scooters to do this, and Lime just put their scooters back onto the streets this week. And if you remember, the reason the city just repainted the crosswalk is because someone set fire to it last month. Spokane police have still not arrested anyone for that.
And if you think it's only blue states or blue cities that are being infected with this cultural Marxism, then think again, because this next crosswalk hate crime comes from West Virginia. And for the record, they knew this would happen if they put this in a crosswalk in West Virginia, but after it's vandalized, they then get to play the victim card, which is their favorite card of all.
Wilkes was joined by over 100 volunteers this weekend to complete their inclusivity mural. The 4th Avenue and 10th Street intersection is now covered with a rainbow gem, showcasing a piece of art that hopes to bring people together.
This says to our community that we are welcome here. I think that's the most important thing about it. We are not always, obviously, given the impression that we're welcome in a lot of places. And this, you know, just is a huge beacon, a symbol that we're welcome here. And it stands for everybody.
This next clip comes out of California in what can only be described as a commercial for why you should not send your kids to government schools.
I am, and have always been, queer, non-binary, and, most important, me.
For the past several years, students in the LGBTQ+ community and their supporters have raised the pride flag over the San Diego Unified Headquarters just before the start of Pride Month. They are supported by leaders, starting with the superintendent.
They want to be seen and they want to be heard the way they want to be seen and heard, not the way that others see them.
Lastly, we have the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, saying that the pine tree flag, aka the Appeal to Heaven flag, is a symbol of insurrection. The actual Appeal to Heaven phrase comes from John Locke, where it was used as a description for the right of revolution. The Appeal to Heaven flag itself was used as a symbol during the American Revolution. And just as a reminder to Buttigieg and other leftists, America is a country that was started by revolution or insurrection, depending on how you want to define it. But I think it's pretty obvious in today's culture who would have been on the side of the crown and who would have been Americans.
And Martha Ann Alito, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, was discussing how she feels about apparently a pride flag that was flown not far from her house. Listen.
I want a Sacred Heart of Jesus flag because I have to look across the lagoon at the pride flag for the next month.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, please don't put up a flag. I said, I won't do it because I'm deferring to you. But when you are free of this nonsense, I'm putting it up and I'm going to send them a message every day.
How does that make you feel knowing that the wife of a Supreme Court justice wants to send a message to people with a pride flag?
Look, I'm often reminded that the most important thing in my life, which is my marriage and my family and the two beautiful children that my husband Chasten and I are raising, that marriage only exists by the grace of a single vote on the United States Supreme Court that expanded our rights and freedoms back in 2015 and made it possible for somebody like me to get married. And, Supreme Court justices have an unbelievable amount of power. And by the nature and the structure of the Supreme Court, there's no supervision over that power. They are entrusted with it literally for as long as they live. And part of that trust is we expect them to enter into those enormously consequential decisions that shape our everyday lives with a sense of fairness. I also hope that most Americans can understand the difference between a flag that symbolizes, love and acceptance and signals to people who have sometimes feared for their safety that they're going to be okay, and insurrectionist symbology. And I'll just leave it at that.